I would have been 2, 4, 5, 6.
State of the Save is back. It's holiday season, everybody. I hope everyone's out there having a wonderful Christmas or holiday season, whatever you celebrate. I'm hoping you are enjoying.
Happy post-Thanksgiving blues. You're probably still recovering from that giant meal you had.
Yeah, everybody's coming down off of the big meal. Uncomfortable family conversations. You know, just shopping, spending money you don't have on Cyber Monday. But you know, it's a good time of year. I'm actually in the holiday spirit this year. It's been a hell of a year. It's been a hell of a year, Michael. We talked about that when the show came back. But it's been really nice. I'm enjoying this time of the year. It's getting cold outside. It's getting, all the seasonal signs are coming. We're here with our eggnog and Bacardi, having a good time.
Both my trees are up. I put up the second one last night. Got it all decorated.
I've got a tree up too. It's not lit up. It's not lit up right now, but I got a tree too. Yeah, it's a good time of year. It's a good time to sit inside and play some video games and just enjoy the holiday season with loved ones. Michael?
Yes.
This is our last normal episode of the year.
We'll talk about what's going to happen at the end of the show.
Yeah, we'll do like a rundown of how the season's going to end and all that fun stuff afterwards. But it was a fun one. Michael, I played Alpha Protocol. We have feelings on that, Michael. I have feelings on why you did that to me.
I played the Hulk video game from 2003.
The PlayStation 2 movie tie-in.
The PlayStation 2 movie tie-in game.
Because you never know what State of the Save is going to drag out and make each other play.
Is this a good episode for our SEO? Probably not. But
I mean, I think we probably should get better at that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, fuck it. I mean, whatever. It's end of the year. It's time to look back on a hell of a year and just kind of play video games that you want to play.
Exactly.
So, Michael, before we get into the games that we gave each other here on our Game Trade Retro Video Game Show, what other stuff have you been playing? Have you had any time to play video games this busy holiday season?
I actually did. Most of my weekends, the past 2 weekends, have been pretty open. So when I wasn't playing Hulk, I spent a lot of time playing games I wanted to play, especially since my birthday was around this time. So I accumulated some games and waited for the Black Friday sale on some others. So I've accumulated 3 that I want to touch on briefly because a couple of them We're not going to spill the beans on what we're doing next time, but I'm going to be talking about a couple of them next episode.
I feel like that's I guess we can go ahead and
why not?
Let's go ahead and talk about that so you don't have to be too vague.
Yeah.
Next episode, the end of the year episode will be kind of our game of the year episode. We're going to look back on 2025 and what video games have made major impacts in our lives and what video games have really been the best of the best. Every other video game show this time of year is going to do. State of the Save, we're going to follow that whole trend. So I'm assuming some of these games might be on your best of the year.
Yes.
List. What games are you looking at? Where you been?
The first one I've played was one I got for my birthday that I was really excited for. I got the Switch version of Guilty Gear Strive.
That's a good video game.
It is a great video game. Holy cow. So I didn't realize how in-depth the lore was for Guilty Gear. And now I have watched, probably 5-6 hours of Guilty Gear lore videos. And now I'm, obsessed with everything that this weird, trippy world is doing.
Brother, I can't even start to tell you what that lore is.
It's like Metal Gear meets, Disney's Fantasia. Or some, I don't know. I just pulled out something.
Shockingly accurate. But, you know what? A good fighting game lives and dies by the characters.
And those characters are so good.
Those characters are so cool and iconic right from the get-go. like it's one of those character select screens where like as you go through, you kind of like laugh as you go through, right? It's like, oh, okay, there's a robot guy, there's a guy with a big sword, and it's like, okay, there's a lady with a rock and roll guitar, and she has a hat that's alive. That's kind of cool. And then we got a lady with a ghost wolf, like all that stuff. Like it's so like iconic with each character design.
The main guy of this universe is Soul Bad Guy.
Yeah, he's Ryu.
Yeah.
Ryu is Soul Bad Guy, which is a great name. Also not accurate because I don't think he's a bad guy.
So he's not a bad guy. That was the name the enemy gave him while they were hunting him.
They're like,
but he adopted the name.
It's Soul, like how the Master Chief is called the Demon by the Covenant.
Yeah, Soul was not... all the lore is like in a mishmash, like mashed potato scramble in my head, where if I was watching it, I could reiterate that to you right now, but because it's been a couple weeks since I watched these war videos, all of it kind of jumbled up. I really like Axel Lowe, who is just a guy who has randomly time shift to the 2100s from 1998 England. He just blinked in time and then woke up there. And also like the guitar playing lady, her story takes place mostly in alternate universe versions because she's trying to prevent a future that is like building up to in Guilty Gear Strive through Guilty Gear Rev and stuff. She's like trying to prevent like a weird alternate future from happening.
She's kind of like an anti-hero kind of character.
Yeah, sort of.
She? Yeah, like I'm not up on the Guilty Gear lore, but I did play a lot of that game. Okay, so who's your main?
Elephant Valentine. Okay. So the Switch version comes with all the DLC characters so far.
Okay, so you even got some, because I did not get to play any of the DLC characters.
We are behind 3 DLC characters because they underestimated the amount of time it takes to port them, but we're getting the remaining DLC characters by the end of the month, so the Switch version will be like completely caught up. There's some, as a port, this Switch version running on the Switch 2, incredible. Lock 60 frames a second. Load times are kept relatively short. The only Achilles heel of this port is no crossplay.
That kind of
sucks. Because of that, you kind of, if you want to do online fights, you kind of got to get into a Discord channel or fumble your way around Japanese servers because that's where all the players agree to meet. It was like, we're going to meet in Japan and throw down with our 300 milliseconds of input.
I don't know if the Switch 2 does. The Switch 2 have like any good fight sticks or anything?
Like... the one I use is the 8-bit Do fight stick, and that has an update that runs on the Switch 2. If when it comes to third-party accessories not made by Nintendo, 8-bit Do is my go-to. I have their Pro 2 controller is super good.
Was that the one you let me borrow? Did they make the Switch controller you let me borrow?
Oh no, that was Hori, the one that did the side panel one.
That was a huge deal for me, by the way. Massively improved over the standard Switch.
I don't think
controller.
Yeah. I don't think 8-bit Do makes any Joy-Cons, but they make an excellent like Pro controller equivalent that is like, what if the Super Nintendo controller had grips and thumbsticks and like back panels on them? It's so good. The Pro 3 is really cool because you can, I don't have that one, but you can swap out the buttons for whatever console you're playing with. So you can swap out X and Y and A and B.
Oh, that's cool.
Whether you're playing on like Xbox or like Switch or something.
Yeah.
But as a port, this game is super good. Probably the best I've seen. Keeps up, even though this is like a Switch 1 port, it's keeping up with like the PS4 version, and I haven't noticed like anything weird or slow down or anything. This is running near flawlessly. I am in love with this thing.
I mean, it's a great game.
Elephant Valentine is my main. She has a electric guitar gun that becomes like a microphone, and she does death metal screams into it, and will like shoot herself to propel herself forward, and like just hit you with it. It's cool.
Is it Giovanni? What's the lady with the wolf? The green wolf.
I don't know a lot of the characters' names yet.
I forget her name. It starts with a G.
She's cool. She
was my favorite. That was like my main.
I did practice rounds with everybody, and that's why I picked picked I main. Just Elephant Valentine was like super fast and like could clear the screen at a moment's notice. Had like, again, does death metal screams on her victory.
Yeah,
and, I was like sold. Yes,
I can't believe I forget her name. It starts with a G. It'll come to me eventually, but it's the lady who has a wolf that's like a spirit animal kind of thing that's with her. But I loved her because she had so many cool little like drop kicks and like basically you could close the distance so quickly with her that she was like you could play defensively and then close the distance really quick and just get into somebody's face real fast. The game like
the rushdown characters are my go-to. Yeah. They're super fun. Milia Rage is another one. She's super cool. She has she was my go-to in Accent Core Plus R, which is a hell of a title. Because she can use her hair as like blades and like chain some really crazy air juggle combos. We can knock a guy in the air and then like just stab them a million times with your hair, and it's so fun. That game is. I did a lot of the tutorials, and it feels like I don't know if I'm like learning these combo strings or if I'm mashing, but Guilty Gear has like this weird like it's just whatever you're doing, it just looks like the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, even a basic 1-2-3 punch combo looks cool. Like I will say, like is a game like maybe Street Fighter or something like that more technical? Probably, maybe.
Okay. This was so
but
flashy.
It looks cool. It feels cool.
There's a Switch 2 port of Street Fighter 6 is apparently really, really good too.
Really?
Yeah. So, fighters on the Switch. I played a lot of fighters, like classic fighters on the Switch 1, and now I'm hoping for if they ever make a port of Tekken 8 on Switch 2, I will be there because that's a really good game with a decent amount of single player content that I think should be on that thing. It's a really good time to be a fan of fighting games. Tekken 3 is on the PlayStation Store right now with really good like upscaling, and then I'm holding off on that because Soul Calibur 3 is finally getting its due. And
is it getting like a remastered?
No, it's getting the PS2 version on PS5, but it is upscaled, which Soul Calibur 3 is my favorite fighting game of all time, but that game is an ugly game. It is exclusive to PS2, which is the worst looking of those systems at the time. And because of that, it's like blurry, like Vaseline style. But I love Soul Calibur 3.
Was it Soul Calibur 2 that had the character variation depending on what console you played on? Because it was like Spawn on Xbox,
Link on
the GameCube,
Heihachi
on PlayStation.
Yeah,
I remember playing a lot of Soul Calibur 2.
3 doesn't have a guest character; it's exclusive to the PS2.
Yeah,
but they make up for that with like a ton of single player. There's an RTS mode on that thing.
Damn.
There's like choose your own adventure arcade towers on that thing, so I'm waiting for the day that drops so I can get it again.
Weirdly, Soul Calibur 4 is probably the one I played the most of.
I bounced off of that fast because I played Soul Calibur for the like extensive single player stuff, and that had like none of it. I was really disappointed.
I want to say like fan of the show Nick and me got really into Soul Calibur around that time. Mm-hmm. So I think Soul Calibur 4 is the one that was like super into. Soul Calibur, good fighting game franchise. I would like to see it come back.
Probably my favorite fighting game franchise up there for me. I love Soul Calibur.
I mean, mine's still Marvel vs. Capcom, but I know that's not really a franchise anymore because it's probably dead. But Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is still like the pinnacle of fighting games to me. It's like that is my favorite fighting game of all time.
That's a good pick. Holy cow, that's a good pick.
Oh, it's so good. And that Marvel vs. Capcom collection that came out is a really good deal. It's really cool to play through like X-Men versus Street Fighter or Marvel superheroes and this, that, and the other, because you really see the slow progression of them really nailing down that style of fighter until you hit Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and it's like, oh, this is perfected. This is the perfect version of this. And then Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is amazing. And then we don't want to talk about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
You get into that Tokon beta?
I would like to play that. But that's a PlayStation exclusive, isn't it?
Isn't it? It might be.
I think it is.
Oh, oops.
I really bummed me out because I would love to play that. That looks really, really good. I like that art style so much. It's such a cool art style.
I'll be very brief on my next two, because I'm going to touch more of them next time. Kirby Air Riders.
Hell yeah.
Is what if we have like a cute exterior that is secretly under the hood hiding a 90s Sega arcade racer mixed with like a Twisted Metal.
Okay. Right on.
You've probably seen the video I posted to the TikTok of Rick the Hamster just flying across a really fast-paced racetrack, not even touching the ground.
I think somebody put on there, like, there was a comment about, like, oh, you picked the easiest track or something? And you're like, I'm good on all the tracks. I was like, Michael, not taking any flack off this one.
No, that's actually the multiplayer mode and how it works. The multiplayer mode is bananas in the best way. So, City Trial, the main, like, crux of the multiplayer in this thing is 16 players on a map. 5 minutes start ticking down. You are gathering stats for your vehicle, which increase like your boost, your top speed, your flying capabilities, your offense, your defense. All these stats are like on the battlefield in like crates. You can steal people's abilities. This is where like the sort of Twisted Metal.
I'm about to say that sounds like Twisted Metal.
Because you're stealing everyone's stats. You're like getting weapons to like destroy their vehicles to make sure that they don't have like a highly upgraded vehicle before the clock ticks down. During this time, boss battles and random events are appearing. Like a machine god, a giant like cloud, and a giant like metallic bird will sometimes grace the arena for a boss fight. Sometimes giant pillars will emerge out of nowhere. Sometimes meteors will fall from the sky as these things are ticking down, which will like knock you out. Sometimes just random all sorts of stat, or like we changed all the stats for the next 2 minutes to turbo stats. So then everybody starts to go really fast. And then at the end, all 16 players are divided into a mini game of your choosing based on your stats. You'll see a stat screen at the end that says, okay, at the end of 5 minutes, I only collected like 2 flying, but I got a whole bunch of speed and attack and defense. So then it assigns you have a choice between 4 random minigames that can be like combat arenas, they can be races, they can be like hit the target, or a challenge of like how far can you fly. And you pick based on your stats and what machine you have, which one you think you can win. And you don't know how many players are you competing against, because that 16-player pool is picking those 4.
It's like a blind pick, so you don't know like if everybody's going for the same one, or if you're going to be like in a kind of a loaded race. You don't know.
Yes, exactly. So there's like a bit of strategy there. It was like, I think I can win this one, and then you find out you could be competing against one other person, or you could be competing against everyone in the arena, and from then it'll be divided up. This is a Masahiro Sakurai game. Sakurai being the lead of Super Smash Brothers, which, upon saying that, will make all sorts of sense because he is very much has a design philosophy of easy to pick up and play, but difficult to master.
Yeah.
This is a racing game that is played with one button.
It's just accelerate?
Not even. You accelerate automatically.
Oh, damn. You just trigger stuff with one button.
Yeah, the triggering you hold the button down to have a meter go up. That will slow you down, but when it fully charges up, you can let it go for a speed boost. You hit that button to like do your drifts. You use it to absorb enemy powers, and you can have their powers on the battlefield. This is a game made for my design sensibilities, and I will go into the single player modes. I will go into the other modes next time I have to talk about this, because this is a game that has worked its way into my heart.
It's such a this has been such a loaded year, but it's really good to see that games like that still can walk their way in. You know, like there's always a worry that like the big, I guess the games that get the most eyes take the attention off of games like that. But it's good to hear, and I always like to hear people be like, hey, yeah, I played these other big AAA major, games, but this kart racing game basically, or this vehicle combat game is also one of my favorite games of the year. Like that's the way video games are, a vast variety of things, and you should experience as many of them as you can.
Instantly hooked me, and my favorite thing is people buying this game not realizing how chaotic and insane it is going. I have no clue what's going on here, or this game is too chaotic, I can't see what's going on, and it's a giant pink blob on the front just waving as he's like, looks like he's having a good time. Like, people are getting Trojan horsed into a Twisted Metal, and basically. I could not be happier for it. Like, I'm so happy that Sakurai got to make a sequel to his pet project cult classic game off from the GameCube.
Such a weird thing that Twisted Metal is not out right now. Like, there's not a new Twisted Metal.
In a world of battle royales,
in the world of
100-player death matches,
and like also there's a TV show. Like, you'd think Twisted Metal would be like trying to have some kind of day in the sun right now, even if it was like a remastered collection or something. Like, Twisted Metal is great. I like Twisted Metal. Like, bring Twisted Metal out.
And the last game I got on sale, I'm not going to touch this at all because I took a lot of time. Death Stranding 2.
Okay,
I'll talk.
I feel like that needs to be talked to in the game of the year.
Yeah. I'm about 12 hours into that thing already.
I also hit up a bunch of sales. I gave this game that long ago on this very show. I believe it was a Christmas episode or a winter episode or something like that. Eric talked about his just vitriol and how angry he was at Cyberpunk 2077 and how mad he was that it didn't come out to be the thing he wanted and this, that, and the other. It was a good sale. I had some time this week. I was off most of this last week, and I said, you know what? Let's give it a shot, right? Let's give it a shot after all these years, after all the patches. I looked and brought up my old save file. I think I played around 9 hours, 10 hours the first time.
It's about deep into like the second chunk of that game after the prologue. Yeah.
I've played now about 4 hours, about 5 hours, maybe 4 or 5 hours. That game still isn't what I wanted it to be, but it is not nearly as bad as it was. Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of my complaints were technical when it came out, which I think are valid. I stand by that the game did not launch in a state in which it should have launched.
Why was this on last-gen hardware?
Exactly.
Why?
And I stand by that 100%. It did not launch in the state in which it should have been. Now, I will say the game runs a lot better now. That's not an issue. There's a lot of things I still like about this game. But it's not The Witcher for me, right? Mm-hmm. The Witcher 3 is such a special game. And that was what I was excited about seeing, like what those guys did next. And this wasn't that. But I am enjoying it. I am enjoying kind of trying to get back into the swing of this game. I think I'm going to try to give it another good, honest shot and maybe see. Because there's so many people that I respect their opinions who talk so highly and feel so connected to this game that I want to feel the same way. I want to see what they see in it. And so I'm trying to go into it with open eyes and re-experience this game in a way that I can maybe reevaluate it all these years later.
Yes, that's the way to do that with this one. I played this last year for the first time, not having touched it because you and Nick definitely warned me about it, as well as everyone else on the internet. Yeah. It's like, stay far away from this thing. Last year, the Phantom Liberty DLC came out. So after that, the game hit a sale. I do not have Phantom Liberty, but I played the base game. I was thinking about getting it, but I was like, I'm going to see if I could play the base game first. I like marathon that thing. I really liked it. What I think the piece I made with it was like, this is not going to be The Witcher 3. Instead, I need to go into this and experience this. Like, what if this is Watch Dogs, but good?
Yeah.
Is how, what with the hacking... Like, the RPG mechanics, like, the dialogue system is not as deep as The Witcher 3. Granted, I have heard better things about Phantom Liberty. I have heard Phantom Liberty is a much better story, and because it is smaller scale, the integrations between your choices and everything have a lot more depth and meaning. I can't speak to that because I haven't played it. That said, my time with Cyberpunk was still a lot of fun last year, and I'm glad I finally saw that thing through. And I was actually... going to find a way to lend you do like a library system or something, Cyberpunk, because that was going to be one of my games for you next season if you didn't already get it, because I'm like, Aaron needs to experience what this thing is again, because it's a vastly different game from what he played before.
I think, and I will say, there's a lot of Grand Theft Auto in Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Like, it's a different vibe. And I say that in a good way.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that as an insult.
Grand Theft Auto's been absent for a lot of years. We need one of those.
Yeah. And I think that's not what I was looking for from CD Projekt Red. Because I love The Witcher so much. And it was not like The Witcher in a lot of ways. But I am enjoying this playthrough a lot. I don't think the combat's as good as I wish it was, but I do think that there's been some changes to it I know of that has made it a lot more serviceable. And like, dude, like the world building is very good. Like when you go walk up to your apartment and you're walking by these other people that are out there, and you know, you've got all these great like vibes of just driving down the highway. You're coming off of a bad job, and like you're going down the highway and you're seeing the lights off in the distance, or you're seeing the, you know, as you're coming off an exit ramp, like it feels like a walking city. All that stuff is amazing. Like there is so much craftsmanship there. I'm glad that now it runs at a stable, consistent pace where I can enjoy it. Which was always my major issue when I first played it back in 2020, right? Or
2020.
Yeah, 2020. Goddamn.
5
Life
years
is
ago.
just flying by. But there is things I really enjoy about it. So I'm really trying to come at it from this new open point of view, which is odd in particular because I remember playing through a lot of this back in 2020, and there was so many technical issues. I wasn't able to enjoy a lot of the missions. I had a lot of missions bug out on me. I had things where like cues wasn't connecting. So like a conversation with one character wasn't leading to that character showing back up later like they're supposed to.
Oh man, that's bad.
But because I didn't have that issue now, I'm actually able to like experience a lot of these missions the proper way for the first time.
Weird.
Yeah, what a concept. I'll update more on that as I play through. It's probably going to be something I fiddle around for a long time.
I want to know what you think of going into the end of that thing, because I have some thoughts on where like my story ended up, and I wanted to see like how that shakes out.
I also really liked. I picked a different origin. So originally I picked Street Kid. Okay. I picked Nomad, which is coming in from the desert, and it's just a stronger opening mission. It was like very much like a better choice. Street Kid skips that welcome to Night City vibe because you're from there. Nomad has this great moment when you're riding into the city from the desert, and like you're going through like the security checkpoint that leads into Night City and stuff. And it's like, oh, this is like the way you probably should experience this. Because you as a player, new to Night City, having a character that is new to Night City, it just vibes better.
I really liked the Corpo origin I played. That one's interesting because you get a V who is like on the street level in Night City, but can like talk her, like I played a female V, could like talk her way up like the corporate ladder system, like
understood.
The corporates really control Night City, so she like knows all of like the like underpins and everything in the society that like is really fully in control. Yeah, and that was a cool way to play that too.
I think I'm enjoying the Nomad path because I feel like I really like that feeling of being that as a player who's experiencing this from the first time, quote unquote. It feels good to have a character that's also new. It feels less like you should know the things that are going on around you. You feel like you don't feel dumb about asking questions because you're not from here, you know. But really enjoying that.
You know, it'd be fun.
What?
If once you finish this game, like we just hold off on Phantom Liberty until that hits like a really good sale, and then we just play Phantom Liberty.
It's not a bad idea because Phantom Liberty is on sale all the time.
It is on all the time.
Yeah, we. Put a pin in that.
I was thinking, would that be a fun?
That would be fun.
Idris Elba's in that.
Yeah, he's like your main guy in there,
right?
Also playing, just hitting some highlights real fast. Played Banisher's New Eden. Banisher's New Eden is a focus interactive game. You play as a ghost banisher. You play as it's a husband and wife. and your wife becomes a ghost, and you try to take down ghosts.
Okay.
It's an okay game. It's a third-person action game. Not bad.
Story narrative driven.
Yeah,
type
story
thing.
narrative kind of game. But good baseline action's fine. Not a God of War or anything like that, but it's fine. Played the new Space Marine 2 operations. They're still pumping those out, and those are still great. And then let's talk about really what's the important game, which is a game called CloverPit. Michael, ask me what CloverPit is.
What is CloverPit? I actually
How
don't
me
know.
and Nick spent 6 hours. CloverPit is a video game in which you wake up in a jail cell. You have a...
Oh, Oblivion.
kind of. You have a grate underneath you that
Also Oblivion.
will open up into a pit of death.
Okay.
And you have a one-armed bandit. You have a classic slot machine that is in front of you. And
Wait.
a voice over intercom tells you that you have to make a certain amount of money to keep yourself alive, and it's round-based. So...
Is this a roguelike slot machine?
Yes! The game has a ATM system, so you're putting money into the ATM to reach a certain goal. You have 3 rounds to hit the next money goal. Starting off, it might be $75. You'll start off, they'll give you like $12. It costs $7 or 7 coins to play the slot machine for 7 pulls. It might only cost 3 coins to pull it for 3 pulls. You also are receiving tickets. Tickets allow you to buy upgrades. Upgrades affect things like how many points you get for certain kinds of patterns, and also what your luck stack is. It might have a thing where if you've pulled twice and you've not scored anything, there's a choo-choo train upgrade that gives you a little bit of extra luck on your 3rd pull. Or you can get a thing that instead of having 7 pulls, you can get 9 pulls.
No.
All this is about managing the money that you're putting in. Now, first few rounds, very easy, right? Super easy. You're just trying to make sure you're winning enough to keep yourself alive. Then you hit 666. And it's like, hey, now there is, I believe it starts off at a 1.5% chance that you get triple sixes. If you get triple sixes, whatever money's in your bank gets taken away to 0.
Oh, snap.
And remember, you've got to make a certain amount of money to keep yourself alive. So you're trying to play the odds. You're trying to also buy upgrades. You're also, between every round, a phone call comes in, and you can get upgrades from the phone call. There's different mechanics in which you're trying to upgrade the potential upgrades that you get. Obviously, it's a roguelike, so as you die, you're carrying over only the upgrades that you get. There's a card system in which you can start buying yourself cards that make the game harder, but have different kinds of upgrades and different kinds of way to improve the game's your chances. Dude, this thing is just addictive as hell. This is the most 30-year-old man video game I've ever played in my life. But me and Nick sat in my living room. I had a place to be, man. I had a place to be. And I was here for way too long not being at that place because I was playing this video game with Nick.
That's awesome.
This thing is amazing. It's so addictive to trying. We at one point were like, hey, cherries are hitting. Cherries are hitting. So we have an upgrade that gives us a 50% chance to take bells out of the equation. Less bells, more cherries.
Oh my god, it's
so
Bellagio but slot machine.
It's Bellagio but slot machine.
Oh no.
And so my favorite thing is, also, fun fact, me and Nick love to gamble. We love to gamble. Oh, we put us on a parlay and we'll be desperately trying to win. You take us to Vegas. I went to Vegas last year, had a great time playing craps. I love gambling, man. I love gambling. And this thing was a blast. And like I said, you have this overarching realization. Like sometimes you'll have $20,000 in the bank. You're just racking up jackpots. Your luck's hitting. You're hitting good. And then you get that 666 and you lose it all. And it's like the last round before you're about to have to pay up. And you're like, oh, I got to make $12,000 in 2 pulls. And like the sick realization of like, I don't have the money, man. I can't pay the devil on this one. Oh, it's amazing. It's a great video game. It's so simple. It's such a a basic concept. There is so much strategy that comes into what upgrades you're buying and when you're getting tickets and how many pulls you're doing and trying to negate like those upgrades that increase the chances for getting the 666, but is like a really powerful upgrade. So you're constantly trying to balance up being like, this increases 666s by 2.7%.
Oh,
but
that's cool.
It also increases the payout on jackpots by 7%. Or then there's an interest mechanic where you're putting money into the system in between rounds. And if you survive the round, you get paid out interest on the amount. But you want to try to, so sometimes you might hang around for an extra pull or two to try to increase your interest. It's a great video game. It's so simple, but it's so addictive. It's a 30-year-old man video game. And as a 34-year-old man, I freaking had a ball playing it. Like, I had so much fun with this.
It's only $10. Apparently, it can run on any computer.
Oh, it's very straightforward, simplistic graphics and stuff like that. And Michael, play this video game. You'll have a blast. It is Cilantro, but with slot machines.
I played like 50 hours of Cilantro this year.
You'll have a blast with this one. Here's a surprise. CloverPit probably going to end up on my top 10 games of the year because I spent Sunday night.
You played 10 new games this year? I realized.
I've played a lot of video games.
I filled out my Backlog 2015 Game of the Year list. Backlog is a really cool website where you can, it's like Letterboxd for video games. They did a 2025 Game of the Year poll where I logged how many new 2025 releases did I play this year? And it's like, you played 10.
I've probably played...
Oh, snap.
I've played a lot, but I also have 50-50 custody. I have a lot of time on my hands, so,
There's that lore drop again.
There's the lore drop. But, the amount of time I was like, babe, I'll be there, but I gotta play this video game real fast. CloverPit, great video game. I love it. It's awesome. Really, really, really enjoy it. Everybody should check it out. We'll talk about it more on our Game of the Year show next time. I guess it's time to talk about some video games that we played for our little game club.
Yes, we basically did a suicide pact this time.
We just this was just when you get angry and you're like, well, fuck you. You gotta play this. We've been giving each other legitimately good games. And then we're like, haha, end of the year. Fuck you.
Mine was more like, hey, we had a conversation about Alpha Protocol.
My game also leads into a big old conversation about Obsidian and that style of RPG in general.
Yeah.
So I think it is something. But how about you talk about Hulk first?
Okay, let's talk about the Hulk. I feel like in order to talk about the Hulk, I need to read all of my notes in or sequential order because... like the game itself, I too went through a mental downward spiral of playing this. I played
great first level though.
I played half of this game, all the way up to past a sneaking mission, and then you doing a beat 'em up mission in that same zone.
Is this a sneaking mission when you dressed as a soldier?
Yes.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Okay.
That fucking sucks.
I'm gonna talk about that.
I remember that from being a child.
I beat that mission. I was not gonna let that mission beat me.
Oh, it's a piece of shit.
I made it through that mission, the halfway point of that game. I did it. I saw it. First note, the box says Hulk. The info screen says The Hulk. Weird that they can't decide what this game is called. Cell shading. You know what? I don't hate the look of this. It has a really cool... I'm also editorializing some of my notes to explain. You have this kind of really cool comic book-like style thing going on. It doesn't look bad. It's kind of like a good version of Drake and the 99 Dragons.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Drinking that, not a good-looking game by any means, but you're going for something here. I can kind of appreciate that. Next note. Okay, this feels good. Let's talk about the first level.
It's the best first level in the game. It's the best level in the game.
The first level starts with you at this hotel gas station in a Bruce Banner dream sequence. Also, the cutscene here is really cool because he punches the glass and different shards of glass have the Hulk in it. It's they're going for something here. This game might actually be good. This game might actually be great. You get to the first level, you have the first level, this broken promise of a level. where you're in front of the motel and you can take chunks of like the hotel off. You're like smashing dudes in one hit. Yeah, you're smashing dudes in one hit.
Yeah.
Just knocking them and they're flying. Remember that. How easy these guys are
You're fucking them up. They'll take
You're the Hulk.
You're the Hulk, man. You're punching one soldier, he goes flying through the air like ah.
You can pick dudes up, throw them against the wall, and the wall just like this brick wall just shatters like into. They don't go through it. It's a PS2 game. I get the limitations, but the walls like crack. It feels good. There's a helicopter coming in. You just throw dudes at the helicopter. Yeah. You can jump up and like punch the helicopter. There's a tank that starts shooting missiles at you, and the tutorial is punch the missiles to fire them back at the tank. I'm like, there is something here. This first level is a promise that the game does not keep up. This is the only time in this game portion of I didn't play the entirety of the game. I played about halfway. This is the only time where you feel like the Hulk.
Yes.
In this entire video game. This first level gives you a promise that it's writing checks that you can't cash.
For some reason, I think I even told you this. It's one of the best first levels I've ever played.
This is like
it's so great.
Remember in Sonic Adventure 2 where you have a great first level and then you go to Knuckles? This is worse. This is worse.
Ooh.
Because right after
it is, isn't it?
Right after it is worse than this because it's not a great Knuckles level. It's not the worst Knuckles level. But here, you go to a Bruce Banner stealth section immediately. Does not bury the lead. And you're like, okay, this is a weird one-off thing. No, this is what half of this game is.
No, I feel like it's more than half, dude. Because I feel like you generally... Well, and maybe it's just because you fail them so often. Dude, the Bruce Banner stuff, whoever thought, like, we have a concept of being the Hulk. And you know what we should do? Make them spend the bulk of the time walking around hiding as Bruce Banner.
My next note here. Oh, this is a bad dream. Why does he look like Harrison Ford? Right. Okay, into a stealth mission. My next note is me failing the stealth mission because I write in all caps, limited continues?
Yes.
Limited continues.
Yes. Why? Why? It's a PlayStation 2 game, Michael. Why?
And it doesn't tell you when the limited continue that you're going to waste just sends you back to the beginning of the level, where doing a reset mission would just do the exact same thing. So you're burning a continue. They know when things are going to get bad because they put in right before like the bullcrap happens, like pickups for more continues.
Also, like, think about the insanity of that. To have limited continues on a PlayStation 2 game, on an action-adventure game like this. In which you have hard
This is a kid's platformer from the PS1 days.
Yes.
And even those games started abandoning limited continues.
Very quickly. It's insanity. It's insanity.
Like, Spyro had lives, but then it just kicked you out to like the overworld and you hop back in.
You hop back into the same level you were just in. You just had to go back to the overworld when you ran out of lives.
Yeah.
It's insanity. It's insane.
General Riker is here. And then my next note, remember my note that says, this feels so good? My next note, this feels so bad. He still controls like he's the Hulk. He has like the turn radius of like 3 quarterbacks duct taped together.
Which is insane when you have to do the stealth mission in which you are dressed as a soldier. Because that was all about like, don't get too close to people. But you make turn radiuses as if you're drifting in a car.
Yes.
So it's very hard to even round a corner without getting close to the guy who's standing on the other side of the wall.
Stressful hacking minigame. Why is the hacking minigame only 20 seconds? It barely tells you what to do, and there's a lot of prep before it. You just see 20 seconds and then a blank wall of text, and Bruce Banner's like, I need to rearrange this codes.
Michael, why? If you're designing a video game, why? If you are designing an Incredible Hulk game, you have already proven that you know how to make that feel good. You did that first mission.
I have a theory on that. I'll get to that.
Okay.
I'll get to that theory at the very end of this thing.
All right.
Stressful hacking minigame where your goal is to... I found out that you just go to the end and just start shuffling letters until they get right, and I would always get without like 5 or 6 seconds remaining. It's stressful. I thank the Lord above that it's not an auto-fail state for failing those hacking mini games, you can do them as many times as you need to. In which case, why is there no? If there's no penalties for doing this, why are you making me do this? Also,
I imagine that probably sometime during development there was a penalty, and that was taken out because even they realized that was incredibly frustrating.
This game has no follow through on any of its ideas. Good ideas, bad ideas. There's no follow through. The only thing they follow through on are these stupid stealth missions.
And I don't know,
because they have the most variety in this game.
Yeah, because you have some where you're just like literally trying to like hide behind things to dodge people, and then you have some where you're dressed in like disguises, but like none of them are good. None of them are as fun as just being the Hulk.
Actually, we'll get to this next section. We're playing as the Hulk again. I said, you can kind of run through this without much fighting. Fighting dudes, remember the promise at the first level, you're knocking dudes out in like one hit, tossing them and everything. All of a sudden, the dudes just have so much armor and so much health that they become like bullet spongy.
And they're just dudes.
And they keep flooding in.
Yeah, like...
Don't forget like the stupid like Hulk wolf dog things that pop in.
Oh yeah, like the abomination stuff.
The most optimal, and I keep funneling in, the most optimal way to play this game is to run past fights and punch doors. Run past fights, punch doors. Throw a guy into a generator to blow that up, then so you can run and punch doors. Because if you stay and fight, you're going to lose a ton of health.
Well, and also
in a Hulk game,
there's no power fantasy, right? Like
there is in the first level.
In the first level, because I mean, I stand by the first level is great. Like as a kid, because I kept failing out. I played that first level so many times, but dude, like you want to be the Hulk, man. You want to be throwing tanks. You want to be, punching helicopters and fighter jets. You don't want to be taken down by a puny guy with a gun. Like, why is that guy a problem for the Hulk? Like, Space Marine 2. You're a Space Marine, right? You're like a 9-foot tall Space Marine. They're like baseline human enemies. If you run at them, they just get crushed into blood chunks. You don't even have to deal with them. You are so powerful that just by running through a crowd of them, they just die from being stomped and impacted against your body. That's how it should feel in a Hulk game if you're fighting a bunch of dudes with guns. Mm-hmm. Like, they should be nothing. And then when it's time to make it difficult, we throw Abomination or we throw big robot suits or something into it. We don't need to ever be threatened by a dude with a gun.
My favorite thing, this is talking about an unrelated game. The Hulk should be so powerful that if you're making a Marvel fighting game, you need to find a way to write the Hulk off because he's too powerful. There's another terrible Marvel game around this time, one I love, Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects.
Yeah, he dies in the
opening cutscene, because you can't have Hulk in your fight. So you are also familiar with Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects.
But no, like, also an incredibly intense opening cutscene.
Captain America's dead.
Captain America, the Punisher is dead, but like it's done from this like
shaky cam
like, and those like footage of like dead superheroes. It's like a dark opening cutscene for
the gameplay to be Power Stone.
Yeah, it's not like it doesn't follow through.
Look, listen, that's a bad video game. I love that video game.
I would say that video game is probably better than the Hulk.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. It's like, man, why can't this play more like Marvel Nemesis? There's a sewer level 4 levels in. I didn't write any notes for that because screw that level. Half-Life sucks. Not the game Half-Life. No.
I was about to say, we're going to fight.
No, you fight a vampire named Half-Life. I don't even recognize him from the comics. So.
There's a lot of like B-level heroes. I remember as a kid not being sure if they were from the comics or not because I like read like 5 Hulk comics in my entire life.
And you're the comic book guy, and you don't even know who Half-Life is.
Like, my favorite Hulk runs are never him dealing with like supervillain of the week. Because like, I mean, what's like Hulk villains? Like, I guess like the Leader and like Wendigo and
the Abomination.
The Abomination is like his big villain.
Any other versions of Hulk are Hulk villains,
like Red Hulk, She-Hulk, and Red She-Hulk. They just started giving colors out. No, they like those good things with the Hulk that's been done. Like the Immortal Hulk is a great storyline. Like there's been good stuff, but like as a kid, I remember just being like, I don't know who any of these people are. Like I don't think Half-Life's a real guy. Write in the comments if Half-Life is a real guy.
I wrote, he sucks, pun intended, because he's a vampire.
Da 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 da.
Next note. Oh, these stealth sections are bad. For the love of God, let me climb the boxes.
I'm just all the frustration of a young Eric is being put on a poor Michael.
Running away from fights should not be the best strategy in a Hulk game. And then another note here, one of my last notes, a complete fundamental misunderstanding about what makes the Hulk cool. And then right after that, here's another boss fight where you press square a bunch.
It is such a weird video game, and they come back with what is it? Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
Hulk Ultimate Destruction. I have that game,
which is a good game.
That's
the open world one,
yes.
Correct? And it's like it's Hulk doing Hulk stuff. You're jumping off of buildings, hitting helicopters. I was burned on Hulk video games because of this game. So when Ultimate Destruction came out, I played it at a Walmart kiosk.
And you're like, never again. I don't trust you.
I remember playing it and being like, this is really good. And I was like, maybe I should like try to ask this game for Christmas or whatever. And then I remembered that in the Hulk video game, I only had fun playing as the Hulk once. So I was like, well, that's probably going to happen. I'm probably going to have to do a lot of banner stealth.
This game traumatized young Eric.
It made me never want to play a Hulk video game ever again.
I have my theory on why the first level is so much better than the rest of the game. I have a feeling that first level probably came in hot last. Like, they finally found the fun of what this thing is. And I have no proof of this. This is just a theory. That being a movie licensed game, they had to deal with a time crunch and getting it out in time for the movie. I imagine this is a situation where you're crafting a game. A lot of game design is you experimenting with things, finding what works and what doesn't. You would know. If you're a game designer playing this game, you would know where the fun is. That fun is in that first level. So what makes sense the most to me is that that's them honing the craft. That's them understanding this is what makes a whole video game fun. We should do more like this. And we're out of time. We need to release what we got.
I also think, though, there was a time in video game design where the difficulty was the drive. Right? We wanted games to be a mountain to climb. And it wasn't always about necessarily finding that peak fun factor at all times. It was also times where it's like, we want this to be difficult because this needs to be a climb.
That's true, yeah.
And so I wonder sometimes if like some of these missions or things where it's like, well, it's got to be hard. You got to feel like you accomplished something.
Otherwise, this game is only will be 3-4 hours long if it's not hard.
And I think that like maybe that's a factor that plays into some of it. But you're right. Like that's why it's always been so confusing to me, because that first level is everything you want from an Incredible Hulk game on the PlayStation 2. Like, if you had the whole game like that, oh my god, it'd be great.
I forgot which game designer says this. I think it might be one from Nintendo, but they say, find the fun. What makes your game fun? And then pick at it.
Wasn't that's damn, I know who you're talking about.
Was that Miyamoto?
I don't think it was Miyamoto, but it was a Nintendo guy. But it is, I get what you're saying.
The philosophy is find the fun. Find what makes your game fun, and then
don't fuck it up. Don't get in the way of the fun.
Build your game around the fun and ways to change up and just keep that driving force fun.
I think also there's something to be said about having that, sometimes it's simple. Sometimes the gameplay loop is trying to play a slot machine. I'm gonna use that as an example. That is a video game loop in which I am trying to accomplish a task in a short amount of time. I have something that is, going against me, and I'm trying to beat the clock. It's a simple concept, and you just roll with it. Sometimes it doesn't have to be that complex. And then, if you start adding things and adding mechanics and stuff like that get in the way of the fun, you've lost the plot. And like in this game, the fun is playing as the Hulk, smashing things. Everything else gets in the way of being the Hulk. And it's so weird. It's such a weird thing. But I think also you're probably 100% right. It was tied into a movie, so I'm sure that they had to like
budgetary time
get it done before the movie comes out, so it's on the shelves right alongside the movie release, and this, that, and the other. But it's such a fascinating video game.
There's a reason why only a few movie licensed games were that good, and it was because they had an idea from the get-go that they were easy to implement on the first try.
Yes.
And some cater more towards video games than others. The reason Spider-Man 1 and 2 were so good on the PlayStation 2 around this time was because they also had similar Spider-Man games. Activision made Spider-Man games before.
They made that really good Spider-Man game on the PlayStation.
If you play Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2 in Electro for the PS1, if you go and play Spider-Man 1, the movie, the DNA is those games.
Yeah. And those Spider-Man games for PlayStation are great.
Yes.
That first Spider-Man game was the first game I got with my PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
And like, that's the one that's got Venom and Carnage and... Oh my god, that's a great freaking video game.
And then in crafting that, they knew they were going to make Treyarch knew they were going to make a sequel to that thing with Spider-Man 2. And they knew from the get-go, there's going to be a Spider-Man 2. We know we want to do this. We want to make this big. We want to make this open. We want to do something. And they made something fantastic.
Spider-Man 2, the movie tie-in game, is arguably one of the best Spider-Man video games ever made.
Yes.
That game is legitimately good. I would love to play that today. I wonder how that holds up.
I played it. Did I play it this year or last year? I played it recently. I got it on because it plays. That is backwards compatible on Xbox 360.
You're shitting me.
The Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2 games are backwards compatible on 360, and they still play pretty good.
I mean, listen.
The Xbox version of the Spider-Man game has 2 additional levels featuring Kraven the Hunter.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I probably didn't play those because I played the PlayStation version.
I played the GameCube versions of those things growing up, so yeah.
I mean, I would also probably go back and play that Activision Spider-Man game. I remember that being the hot ticket item for me that I really wanted because I played it for the first time in a Toys R Us. Mm-hmm. I can't remember my social security number, but I can remember when I played Spider-Man for the PlayStation. But I remember playing that in the Toys R Us, and that's like, oh, I gotta have this game. I gotta get a PlayStation because I want to play this Spider-Man game. And it was my first game that I got with my PlayStation, and it's a legitimately great video game. Like, dude, Carnage is scary in that shit.
Right?
Like, Carnage is spooky. You team up with Venom to fight Carnage.
I played the sequel to the PS1 game. There was a PS1 only sequel, Inter Electro, and that was pretty good too.
I never played that. I would like to play that.
That was good.
I'm
sure it's cheap. I can find that.
Oh, we can probably find that. We need to go. We'll talk about that later. Any other thoughts on the Hulk?
Screw the Hulk.
Fuck that Hulk. He's my least favorite character in Marvel Rivals too.
Yeah. There's no bikini skins of the Hulk.
Yeah, there should be. There's a Punisher with like banana hammock skin. Well, he has water guns instead of regular guns.
Isn't that where he has like
they love
big
sexy skins.
Circular like glasses too?
Yeah,
I've seen that.
They love sexy stuff in Marvel Rivals. I'm all for it. I went back in and played as Gambit recently because Gambit got added, and he's pretty cool.
Does Gambit need help on the sex appeal slider?
No,
Gambit's already got that accent alone.
That accent alone. Men and women everywhere just swoon over Gambit because it's Gambit,
and somehow Scott Summers.
Cyclops is the greatest superhero of all time. I love Cyclops. He's my favorite X-Men, and I feel so Cyclops vindicated because as a kid he was my favorite X-Men. So like I would watch the X-Men animated series, and he's supposed to be lame in that. He's the Boy Scout, and I'm like, no, he looks cool, and he has laser eyes. And then the movies come out, the original X-Men movies with, Hugh Jackman and stuff, and the black leather. And they're like, the whole time they kind of make fun of Scott, But Cyclops is cool. He dies in the lamest way possible in those movies.
Yeah.
And but I was like, I like Cyclops. And then slowly but surely, the comics have been like, know who also likes Cyclops? Everybody who writes X-Men comics.
X-Men 97 was straight up pulling his moves from Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh, it's great.
It's fantastic.
Also, when he goes mutant, revolutionary Cyclops, oh my god, it's cool as hell. There's been rumors that he's gonna come to Marvel Rivals. I am very pumped. We're getting Gambit and we're getting Rogue this season. I'm really hoping that we get one more good X-Men because we have Jean, we got Emma, we got Gambit, Wolverine. Marvel Rivals is a great video game, and they have a killer. If you're a Marvel fan, their cast is great. I'm a huge Cyclops fan. I love Cyclops. Speaking of video games, first of all, there was some slander last episode because I told you I had beaten Alpha Protocol.
Yes,
and you said no, you didn't. And then we went and checked after the show, and yes, I did. I did beat Alpha Protocol.
For some reason, my app was showing you had played it but got 0G. And then when you scrolled down far enough, I checked my app again, and then all the G filled in on my side.
We had to scroll down to 2009 or 8. Oh my god, we kept scrolling.
Because that's what I used to determine, on 360s. Has he played this game before? No, he hasn't played this game before.
Now you can't trust it.
Now I can't trust it. I can't.
You know how many Xbox 360 games I've played?
Well, we scrolled through your entire catalog. I think they would have refreshed by now. If not, then I don't know.
Who knows? I've played a lot of Xbox 360. Alpha Protocol. You gave this to me because we had talked a lot about Obsidian. With the Outer Worlds 2 coming out, which is still on the hard drive. I haven't played it yet. And I talk a lot about how I don't know if this style of RPG still connects with me. And so, first of all, Alpha Protocol is not a good game.
No. It's ambitious as hell.
There's so many things that I want to like about this. You look at it from an outsider's perspective. You're like, oh, it's Splinter Cell, the RPG, right?
Yeah.
When you get abilities, and so also playing through this triggered a lot of memories where I was like, oh, I remember this game now. You have a very bad voice cast. There is a mechanic in which you have limited time to answer questions, which other RPGs have done that. Cyberpunk does that, where sometimes there's you have ability to wait and not say anything. In Alpha Protocol, they don't let you hear the entire words that are said by the other person until that countdown starts. So sometimes they're still talking and the countdown's almost over for you to answer the question. I don't know if you remember that.
I remember this because
that's terrible.
It seems like they prioritize the flow of conversation more
over
than
knowing
player
what
input.
the fuck they'll say. There was times where I'm like, I'm waiting to hear the rest of this sentence and you need to make a decision. I'm like, well, dude, he's still got a paragraph and a half he's reading. Combat is Mass Effect style combat where shooting is not necessarily what you're hitting.
Is basically is dice rolls based on your stats, which for a grounded tactical RPG
feels terrible.
Yes.
When you're shooting a dude with an assault rifle and you've got the reticle over his center mass and the bullets aren't hitting because the numbers behind the scenes say they don't. And now I will say Mass Effect 1 did that too.
Yeah.
Now that was fixed a lot in the Legendary Edition and stuff. They did some tweaking. But yeah, I get it. It was a style as was the style of the time. But that was frustrating. I also remembered that back in the day, I just punched people. Because you know what doesn't require a dice roll? Fisticuffs. I just ran up and did karate on people.
The only tracks that I remember maxing out were pistols, melee, stealth.
So stealth is broken. Now, I will say, though, the resources to get upgrades is not the same for each path. So stealth is costly to get the upgrades for, but they are insane. One of them is just invisibility. One of them is if you get seen by a guard, you go invisible. Yeah. And it's that's kind of fucking convenient. I did not upgrade pistols this time, but I think in the past it was stealth and just punching people. Like, I think I was a martial arts guy in my last playthrough of this game, because punching people just works. And if you have the ability to go invisible, you can just punch people.
You can just sneak behind them and do an instant kill karate chop to the back of their head.
You can just walk, and it's not like stealth. It's not like invisibility like in other games where it's like a temporary, like 2 second, like Mass Effect Andromeda has the invisibility, but it's like a 3 or 4 seconds. Like, it's a pretty long time, and you can just kind of do.
And the upgrades make that effect last longer.
Yeah, you can just do it for a really long time. This game's story is nonsensical in some ways. This is a classic, like, you got burned, go figure it out. And it's like, but like a lot of times I'm just doing things for people without really a great connection to why I'm doing it.
Yeah, to the point where, like, when the band-aid comes off and you are a rogue agent now at the end, where everything goes wrong. Just like, I've only done like 3 missions. I have no attachment to this agency or whatever, and now I'm rogue. What's going on?
I mean, there is an insane amount of potential endings for this. Like, because there's also like a very branching capabilities. Like, once you get like the different wards, like open areas you can go to, not open areas, but different parts of the country or the ward you can go to.
It does the KOTOR thing.
Yeah, you can do that in multiple ways. And so I do like there's like a black market mechanic where you can like buy off information on missions and stuff. And if you did something for somebody over here, you can use their help to do this mission and stuff. None of it connects. The characters are not necessarily likable. There was a lot of like spy stereotypes, but not in a good way. I never felt like my main guy was like doing the things I wanted him to do. Like, there was never a personality for him that I enjoyed. And like,
he has to occupy 3 different types of secret agent. They even say, like, isn't it called, like, I don't even know if it was called it colloquially or in the game itself, like the JB system. You have James Bond, you have Jason Bourne, and Jack Bauer. You have the suave, you have the professional, and you have the aggressive. And because you can just pick however you want to go mid-dialogue, you can just swing to different types, and they don't feel connected to each other.
Okay, this is something... I want to use this game as a jumping off point to talk about Obsidian in general. Obsidian made one of my favorite video games of all time in Fallout New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas is a janky mess. But you know what Fallout New Vegas also is? Fascinating. Like, the things that you can do in Fallout New Vegas, the ways you can solve quests, the interconnectivity of all these groups of people, the way that game can end 10 different ways, the way you can break allegiances with one side or another because you ran the... when I first played New Vegas for the first time, I tried to play both sides or multiple sides for so long that it all collapsed on me at the same time. In this weirdly like realistic almost way, where like I was kind of playing with the Legion, but I knew they were bastards, so I wasn't gonna be supporting them. I was definitely working with the NCR, but I wanted to do that Legion stuff on the side. I was doing the stuff with Mr. House. I was doing some stuff for myself.
You gotta get close to Mr. House so you can like kill Mr. House.
Yeah, you got to do all that. Yeah. But also I wanted to see all the content, so I was trying to do as many missions for everybody. And then like there was like a point in which stuff started falling apart where it was like, you're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be over here with the Legion. And it's like, oh no, they figured out that I'm not with it. And like you start seeing missions getting like blocked out because you ran the line too far. And then I eventually like ended up taking over New Vegas myself. And I remember like my favorite moment in that is I did the assault on the Legion to kill Cecil or Cesar or whatever he's weird. They say him is Cecil.
Well, most NPCs call him Caesar, I think.
Caesar, but I think there's also some of them call it weird. I don't remember. It's been a while. But I killed Caesar. I'm coming down from the Legion camp where I've just like slaughtered everybody. I took out the Legion, and the NCR shows up, and they're like, "Hey, we're taking over." And I had done a quest like 10 hours earlier where I helped the Boomers, who are like these guys who are obsessed with like rocket launchers.
Yeah,
and they
guys.
have planes. They have a working bomber that I helped them build, like fix. And I tell the guy in the coldest video game moment of my life, where I go, "You're not taking over the New Vegas, because if you do that, we'll bomb the Northern California Republic tomorrow, because I have a plane and I got bombs. I got atomic bombs." And like the whole NCR Legion's there, and then the security bots show up, right? That for the thing. And so you make the NCR back down with this threat that you're not taking Vegas from me. And this is after I've already killed Mr. House in his little tube. And it's like this badass like combination of all these things that led to this moment of me standing outside the Legion camp telling the NCR to go fuck off, and if they don't, I'll bomb the home the home city tomorrow with the plane that I've got access to from another mission that wasn't even linked to the main mission. And it's like, that's what Obsidian has done well. This is not that Obsidian. But also, like, New Vegas comes out after this.
It does?
I think so.
Okay.
Double check it, but I'm pretty sure New Vegas is post Alpha Protocol. I believe they are being worked on at the same time. I can't tell you an Obsidian game post New Vegas that is connected to me as well as New Vegas has. Like, the Outer Worlds felt fine, but the world just didn't connect with me. The characters didn't connect. Everything was just kind of a little bit weird. I played through Avowed this year, and Avowed is fine. It's a 6 out of 10 video game. I think the combat's okay, but I don't like the level grinding. I don't like most of the characters. And I was coming off of playing RPGs like the Baldur's Gate 3.
They come out the same year.
Yes, but I believe New Vegas is after this.
By 5 months.
What an insane difference in quality.
Yes.
Insanity. I
Fallout New Vegas's performance is held, as someone who played the PS3 version of that thing is held together with paper string and duct tape. But is bursting at the seams with ambition, with ideas, with philosophy. It is so, like, rich.
Fallout New Vegas, the reason why I think it's one of my I love Fallout 3 so much, but Fallout New Vegas is probably my favorite of Fallout, because everything just feels like it could mean everything. Everything could connect. Everything could feel important. And there's so many just iconic moments in that game. I am like, I don't think Obsidian has ever lived up to that level of bar. And like Alpha Protocol is a game that has so many good ideas, because like a lot of Obsidian games have good ideas. Outer Worlds have like whole playthroughs where you can play as a stupid person, and like the game will tailor the story to you being an idiot. If you steal a lot of things out in the world like you do in these kind of games, you get like a part for being a kleptomaniac. But it also negatively affects you, because now like the police are like 50% more likely to grab you. Like, they have so many good ideas, but none of it lands the way that it needs to. None of it connects the way it needs to. The combat in their games never feels just right. Like, it's so much passion. These are passionate game designing people, but for some reason, a lot of their games just never have that final over the finish line that they need. And Alpha Protocol is like that. This is a ambitious idea, a tactical spy thriller RPG. Fucking great. Awesome idea. Sold. But it just doesn't cross the finish line. There's all these ideas with like the combat mechanics, where like the upgrade paths and things like that, where it's like, oh my god, this should mean something. But there isn't. There's all these characters, but no one's iconic. Like, you have to have in an RPG, you have to have a Shadowheart.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a Garrus. You have to have someone who, like, these characters that you care about, because you spend so much time in that game just talking to people in RPGs. And if I don't give a damn about the people I'm having to talk to, you've lost me. And in a lot of ways, like with a lot of Obsidian games, outside of, I would say, New Vegas and maybe KOTOR 2. I've never played KOTOR 2, but I hear so many good things about it. I'm going to say that maybe that's an obsession.
KOTOR 2 is another one that is like brimming with so many ideas that about with their story and philosophy that they love so much.
We need to play KOTOR.
Yeah.
KOTOR. That should be our game for next year.
We should play some KOTOR.
Because I haven't played that.
KOTOR 2?
I haven't played either of them.
You never played KOTOR?
No.
I never finished KOTOR.
Put a pin in that one.
Put a pin in that one.
But I sit there and I go, how do you just not bring it across the finish line? And like, I feel so bad because I really, really want to like this game. I like this. I want this game to be good, but I just could not for the life of me connect. I finished it back in the day. Looking at my achievements, I banged a lot of people at the end, apparently, which 34-year-old Eric just sitting there going, okay, that says something. But like, fuck, it just doesn't connect. It doesn't connect the way I wanted it to, and the combat is just not quite as good, and your character is not he's not you. He's not being a vessel for you to portray your own actions through, but he's not Shepard. You're like, Shepard is not me when I play Mass Effect. I am playing my version of Shepard. When I play Fallout, New Vegas, I'm playing me. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Like, I'm playing it from a very, like, personal point of view of, like, in this world, I would do this. This is Needle. He's not got enough suaveness to be a cool character, and he's also not a gateway for me to interact with the world. He's just a guy who says stuff, and
and is kind of a dick about it.
He's kind of a dick about it, but everyone's kind of lame. Even the cool quote unquote characters are just like caricatures that could be done better. Alpha Protocol, man, so close but so far. So close, but so far.
When it comes to the Obsidian games, I really want to play. There's two that I really want to play that I haven't got around to. Tyranny is like a dark horse underdog game where it's a CRPG where there's only evil in the world, so your choices are all like different shades of like villainy. Like there's no good in that game; it's all villains, and that sounds like a unique, cool thing. And Pentiment, I've heard nothing but like amazing things.
Pentiment
like
is one I do want to play. I do want to play Pentiment.
So they've stuck around so far and so long because of like their ambition and apparently grounded secretly being a big thing. I would think so.
It's got to be. I know Avowed probably didn't do well for them. I so wanted to like that game this year. I played through it at the beginning of the year. There was kind of like a downtime between releases, and that's the only reason I finished it. But that was a game where I so badly wanted to like it. And it's just something about the way they write their characters. Mm-hmm. And this is something I feel about with Bethesda as of late, too, is how I feel about Starfield, where it's just characters are very kind of vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
Like characters don't have any edge to them. The bad guys are not really that interesting. The good guys are kind of like caricatures of themselves. Like I always think about the party in like Starfield, like your explorer group, right? And like, okay, we got the good-hearted cowboy. We have the guy who's just a fun-loving Han Solo like rogue. We got the serious, more formal military lady. Like, they're all caricatures. They're D&D people. They're like your people you would roll up in D&D if you had like an hour to come up with a character. And then you put that in line with like what I consider like the modern day like high quality RPGs things like Baldur's Gate, where like Shadowheart is this morally complex character who can go multiple ways. Lizelle, same way. Gale, same way. These characters have more in-depth feeling. They're appealing to you from a mature point of view, not like just from the content, but also from treating you as a person who can understand nuance. And
there's so much nuance with the Baldur's Gate cast, and they're so fascinating. All the conversations with them are like engaging.
They're real.
Interesting.
They're real characters.
Yes,
they have feelings and emotions.
They're not caricatures at all.
And I feel
characters.
like the Bethesda, and then because Obsidian runs so like parallel in my mind to Bethesda, because a lot of times they run a kind of similar style of RPG. I just don't think it connects anymore, man. And I really want something more from them. I'm gonna try the Outer Worlds 2. I might actually try that before end of the year, just so I can talk about it. But
that one looks like my style of RPG.
I thought that about the first one though, and the first one really disappointed me in that way, because like I played a significant chunk of the first one.
I like the idea of the flaw system, where if you do something too much,
but like that's not their problem. Their problem is not good ideas.
It's how they follow through.
It's how they follow through with the ideas. Like they are great. Like dude, the idea Avowed had some really good ideas. Like I liked some of the ideas and the philosophy in Avowed. There was some really good stuff, but it just never falls through all the way. Like, just cross the bridge, man. Cross the bridge.
Maybe we need to play Pentiment, and I really want to play Tyranny, but that game is like only on PC. And
it's a
CRPG. It's
like
around the times they made, or right after they made Pillars of Eternity.
It's like I played Rogue Trader this year for a little bit, and it's just like a RPG ass RPG, motherfucker. We're gonna be here a while.
Things where I'm like, I'm in my 30s. I'm like, I'm too young for this. I need to.
Yes.
I need. In order to play those games, I need like readers. I need to like have like an old school computer. I need to be sitting with my glasses down. I need to feel
comfortable with not having a social life. I need to feel comfortable.
All right. We're gonna min-max our character here.
Yeah,
spent 4 hours on the stat screen.
Yeah, I've got.
Why I never finished.
You can't go to brunch and play those games at the same time. I can't have a drink on a Friday night and play a CRPG like that. Damn it!
I want to love Pillars of Eternity,
but I can't. It's too much. I'm not yet old enough to do it.
Planescape Torment was awesome when I played of it, but I'm like
60-year-old Eric in a nursing home. Probably. I hope I'm not. Well, most likely will be. We'll have all the time in the world to sit there and play those games.
Like finally, I was like, I can play Tyranny.
Why didn't you play this back in the day, Grandpa? I had too many people to actually talk to in real life.
I had a job.
I had children and family and friends.
If you're a CRPG player with a social life and a full-time job and we offended you, I apologize. But also, tell me your ways of how you manage such a thing.
I'm not sorry. We know you ain't listening to this because you're too busy trying to min-max your character. How's your World of Warcraft raid schedule going? That's all I gotta say about Alpha Protocol. We're not doing a game trade this week on account of the fact that we are going to do a Game of the Year for Game of the Year show next show. That'll bring out the end of the year. And then we will have a very special thing for the start of the next year, next season. Are we going to announce that?
Let's go ahead. I'm starting to tease it on the social medias. Let's go ahead and talk about it.
We used to in this here podcast do a game club where we would play through a game entirely in sections and talk about it as we go. More of an in-depth breakdown of a game over a longer period of time. We are bringing that back for one of our favorite series of all time. We played through the first, second, and third game of this franchise in the show already. But we're bringing it back for Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, We gotta bring this home, man. We gotta bring this home.
It's time to finish this saga.
Yes.
And you have never saw the end of that thing, right?
No, I have played a pretty significant chunk of it, but I stopped because we were doing the show at that time.
Okay.
And I did not
so
want to ruin it.
You got to it late.
Yeah,
then.
I got to it late. Like,
Okay.
I was playing it post us doing this show. Like, I played it
snap.
over, like, a Christmas break one year back in the before times.
Okay.
Uh,
Then we did the show, and then you stopped.
yes.
We'll talk about where you stopped.
I was in a
later.
trench coat.
Oh, okay. You didn't even get to. Oh, okay. All right.
I didn't say I played the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I was playing. I played a chunk of it.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I'm very, very, very excited.
I'm very excited because I'm very excited.
No, I'm very excited. We were kind of hoping to wait for a Metal Gear Solid Collection 2 Volume 2 thing, but that doesn't seem to be coming out anytime soon.
Did you see what they came out and said about remaking 4?
They said
today?
it was like
they
a
said
nightmare.
that's not. They're like that's like impossible.
I'm
so
hoping,
things are looking dire for.
I'm hoping
remaster.
I have a long break during the Christmas break. I'm hoping to play some Metal Gear Solid Delta. I'm hoping to get that maybe as a Christmas gift or something, because I do want to play that this year. I really do look forward to that. I've been looking forward to it. You're right though. I don't know how you remake 4 because it's so dense.
Oh my god! And that is we'll be discussing
I'm
all
so
of
excited.
that.
I'm so excited about it.
This is our biggest. These episodes are going to be so freaking long.
Yeah,
They're so.
but I do miss the old format in some ways.
Yeah.
Because I think one thing, and maybe this is something we can talk about offline, and maybe people can message us and tell us if they liked it back. But I think there was a way to do that, because I do love breaking games down in a very like detailed, moment to moment style. I think that there's a happy medium between killing ourselves to get games done and also still doing that. So maybe we'll discover that.
Maybe
I
have
don't
a
know.
game going in the background while we do the
Or something.
Something.
Yeah, something. I'm sure there's something we could do. I also got more free time. But Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. I really hope people play along with this.
If you can.
If you can.
If you don't have a
it's only
PS3.
on PlayStation 3.
Hey, you don't miss a lot by just watching along. You
It's
don't
a lot of
miss. You don't miss a lot by
cutscenes.
just watching a video on YouTube.
It's a lot of cutscenes.
It's so many. It's so many.
But it's the grand finale, boys and girls. I feel like you just remake Metal Gear Solid first before you even get close to touching this thing. But yeah, we'll have that coming your way, plus a Game of the Year show coming next. Looking forward to that a lot. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate it. Y'all stay safe out there. And 5 stars. 5 stars. 5 stars on all the platforms. Help
Call
us
to
out.
action.
Call to action, damn it. Follow us on TikTok. Like and subscribe on TikTok. And thank you. Stay safe.